arrive as we have at MetLife Stadium at East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the New Orleans Saints and the New York Jets. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. On play action, it's Brady. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Brady's
he was trying to get that ball to Auden Tate. That'll bring up second down.
Coverage defensively by Jeff Okuda.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Third play here. This opening drive is up against a 3rd and 5.
Third down.
From the gun, it's Brady.
I got you.
And he's got a new one. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Brady's pass complete
Throughout
to
his
Quincy
career, Tom
Enunwa.
Brady has made a living with the quick pass, hasn't he? How about that one? A little slant inside. And I think his arm's gotten stronger throughout his career, too.
Yeah, and you can just see one of many examples of why he's made more trips to the Super Bowl than any other quarterback.
Brady's
Footwork,
pass
intelligence,
complete to
competitiveness.
Alshon Jeffrey.
That's Tom Brady in a nutshell.
A gain of 11 on
11
the play.
more yards that go around. First down
New
as well.
Hey, Mike,
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And brought
Brady's
down, but not before they're
complete to
inside the
Quincy
25.
Enunwa.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive
First
rolling.
down, Saints.
Here we go. Hey, 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Quincy Enunwa. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown.
Matt Bosher set
now
to
after the
kick off.
touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Strowman on the return.
So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over.
At their own 27-yard
and leading them out
line.
there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And what a game he is coming off of.
Oh, unbelievable.
Absolutely. And you know how much I love the history of the game. He broke a record held by the Dutchman, Norm Van Brocklin, right? You got to go all the way back to 1951, and he threw for 554 yards in that game. And later, won a championship as a quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles in 1960.
And now that record has been set anew. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be. Some trouble.
Yeah, I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
At the 43-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good, and it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyreek Hill with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Jets are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No,
The
there's
kick
nothing to
is
correct
good.
at all. You've got it down pat.
That
And I
ties
just
the
remember as a
game
player,
at 7.
when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant
Michael
fly route,
Dixon
go,
set to kick off.
look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the
Saints
kicks
take
away.
over first and 10 at their own 25-yard
New
line.
Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
59, Mike.
Brady now on first down. And Brady, the tight end's got it. Yeah, this will leave him a yard
Brady's
short.
pass
Nice
complete
pickup
to
of
Cameron
9 yards
Brate.
on first down.
A gain of 9.
There are
Brings
the
up
numbers for
2nd
Brate
and
from a
1
week ago.
at the
6
34-yard
catches,
line.
85 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1
Carry
and
on
10.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge
tackled
game, but
at the
those are the
40-yard
types of
line.
carries I think they
It's
were
a gain
missing in
of
their
6.
loss last week. They couldn't get him
And
going
the
on the ground.
Saints
Did you get the
first
same
down.
feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Guys, pick it up. Double tight, double tight. I love it. 3 down. Let me go.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson.
Carry on
Just
Johnson
a yard on the pickup
carry.
there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain.
But not much
Brings
on
up
that run,
2nd and
Charles.
9.
No, that's exactly
At
the
the
way they
41
executed
yard
run
line.
blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Brady's
That
pass.
catch good for
Complete
5. It's
to
3rd
Cameron
down.
Brate.
I think it's
5
okay that
yards
they
on
didn't get a
the
whole
play.
lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they have possession, and they have it at the
quarterback taken down
38-yard line.
Fumble on the play.
Well, partner, they went
Recovered
empty set
by the
there.
defense.
No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Number 24, Nick Chubb, the
A
ball
check
carrier.
on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 14 carries, a trip to the end zone to go along with 118 yards.
Well, this is where it
Intended
becomes
for
a
George
challenge for the
Kittle.
offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback
It's
right
now
now.
3rd
Number
down
3 in the
and
league in
9
rushing within
yards to
shouting
go.
distance of the lead. But at the same time, if the passing game is open, he's got to take advantage of that too.
4th down after the New Orleans defense
The
holds
pass.
serve.
They certainly had
Intended
good
for
starting
George
field
Kittle.
position on that drive, but
Incomplete.
couldn't do anything with it after
It's
3
now
plays.
4th down.
Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And able to haul it in is Kittle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead.
Graham Gano on
People
the
always
extra
talk about
point.
one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the
kick
spot there,
is
went into the
good.
end zone.
You're exactly right about
Makes the
that. It
score
wasn't just the
Jets
vision,
14,
right? Once he
Saints
saw the
7.
gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get
Michael
good
Dixon
blocking,
set
he
to
created his own
kickoff.
space as well.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own
Out onto the
25-yard
field
line.
comes New Orleans. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters.
Under pressure, they got him again. Myles Jack working free that time to take him down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection.
And now a fumble. Brady loses the football, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
Touchdown, Jets.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Jets
Getting all the extra point,
Saints
and
7.
it's now 21-7.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive. Then suddenly the fumble. And you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And now the throw here is incomplete, and with that, we come to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score.
Saints 7.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Brady to throw. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to.
This is caught inside the 15. And he will be marked down inside of New Orleans 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
On for the extra point.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
Don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete.
Brady's pass.
Well, the pressure,
thrown to the
the hits,
sideline
the
and
sacks have been coming
incomplete.
at him all game long.
He was
I'm frankly
covered by
surprised
C.J.
that they
Henderson.
haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. Now, Brady gets away with one. Lucky, could have been intercepted, but it falls to the ground.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well.
Fair
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over.
At their own
Tyreek Hill making his
line.
way back out towards the huddle. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus.
First and 10
Get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt
line.
his timing. Because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
43-yard line.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
No, no!
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
You don't know no better.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
From the contact.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
This is unbelievable.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1 yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I get some more. I get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretary lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
On second down now, it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Johnson on the carry.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first
Tackle
down.
made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 6. And the Saints first down.
Shotgun now for Brady. And Brady has it over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8.
Brady's
Second and
pass
2.
Complete to Cameron
Nice rhythm
Brate.
throw there on first down.
It's
He
a gain
located
of
his
8.
tight end, made
Brings
a
up
nice easy
second
pitch and catch.
2.
Hoping he can
At
break
the
a tackle or 2.
46-yard
Wasn't
line.
able to do that there, but still good yardage.
I'm here all day.
On second down, Johnson. And he stopped immediately there.
Kerryon Johnson, the ball carrier.
And the big fella stuffed that one up
Taken
in a
down
big
right
way.
at the line
I
of
think
scrimmage.
doubling him has to
No
be a
gain on
priority
the
because
play.
you can't move up to the
And
next
it's
level if you don't take care of him
third
first.
Let's get this.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
First down, New Orleans.
Operating from the gun. Brady, quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Come on, man. Come on.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Brady's pass.
Quincy Enunwa with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit.
Giorgio Tavecchio for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count.
His kick is
and he'll
good.
bang that one through.
Makes
that
the
time
score
a 6-play drive. And it
Saints
ends with a touchdown
14.
for New Orleans. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away.
Set to kick off.
Fielded in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these...
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it when...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
DJ Chark.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32.
First and 10
On
at the
first down, they'll
32-yard
run
line.
with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Unbelievable.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
Williams.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Defensively by Jeff Okuda.
Mike 52. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Check.
To throw again, Brady. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. The 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
On first down, Brady. And that one will fall incomplete.
Brady's
Clock
pass.
here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Grant Delpit on the coverage.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
Check that. What Mike 52 right here. Man, that's trash.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And he's going to go down again.
Tom Brady.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll...
And this will be caught at the 30. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. His throw caught at about the 5. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll throw now on the final play. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
I got 8. Single. Here we go. 50, 50. Mike 50. Pick it up, G.
And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets will extend their lead.
Extra point.
You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that,
Makes
yes,
the
all
score
Due to
Jets
time constraints,
42.
we're moving forward in today's
Saints
broadcast at the
14.
beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Matt Bosher is set to kick
And
off.
the Jets set to receive this 3rd quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the 2nd half. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the 2nd half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is...
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Tyreek Hill with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And his Jet offense starting to run away with this one.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones at a first down.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Here we go again.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Jets take over first
Well, look,
and
we're
10
watching a quarterback
at the
here that's obviously been
47-yard
around for a
line.
long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
That's good.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on
The
defense.
pass.
Sudden change, get out there,
Intended for
stop the
Tyreek
offense.
Hill.
But you typically
Incomplete.
run out there a little bit unsettled.
It's
I think
now
that's why he
second
came right
and
out
10.
throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
I got you. I got you.
Under pressure, and he'll go down.
The
Sacked
quarterback
back at the
sacked.
31. Tim Williams, he's the one to
Brought
get him,
down
and that
back
is
at the
sack number
31-yard
7
line.
for him on the
Let's go,
year.
D.
Chalk
Tighten
that
up.
up as their
Let's go,
first
D.
sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack.
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick
The
up a
kick
first
is
down, but he
good.
wasn't satisfied with just that.
Makes the score
They got the
Jets
first down. That was the
56.
gravy. He
Saints
decided to take in the
14.
whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And out a little across the 25 to the
Saints
27.
take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
We got 3.
So
we got
tough
3, fellas.
because we always talk about it being a team game and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one
Brady's
guy
pass.
who can make a play
Intended
against
for
all odds
Preston
that
Williams.
maybe can ignite things.
Incomplete.
And I think that's what they're looking
He
for
was
right
covered
now.
by
Yeah, you talk
C.J.
about going to your
Henderson.
playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Carry-on Johnson, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it up to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And now a fumble. Brady loses the football.
I'm only
And
gonna
it's
be able to
scooped up
carry
by
it so
the
far.
Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt, but for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the
So
score
not only the
Jets
cough up,
63.
but then the pickup on the
Saints
other side,
14.
the scoop, and the score the other way. The
Michael
fumble return
Dixon
for a
set to
touchdown.
kick off.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be stopped up at the
The
25.
Saints take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the
Brady's
football.
pass.
Got to hold on to it.
Complete to
Give him 10
Auden
yards
Tate.
there, and about by
It's
the
a gain
nose
of
of the
10.
football, he's going to have a
And
first
the
down.
Saints first down.
Let's go. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Here's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have this across
Brady's
midfield and
pass.
inside the
Complete to
45.
Quincy Anunwa.
And a nice gain of
A gain
21,
of 21
yards. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, and it takes us from second to third down.
It's third down. And 8 yards to go.
You can't block me.
From the gun, Brady, and that is incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Jets take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers,
Absolutely.
though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover.
And that's caught inside the 35.
DJ Chark.
And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Look to throw now on first down. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
At the 13-yard line.
And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities.
The ball carrier.
Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Everyone dialed in. On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1? And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jets try it, but the fourth down play doesn't work. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now a first carry for their fullback. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown.
Graham Gano on for the extra point.
The offense was in a tough spot, and opportunistic defense takes advantage. Get the turnover. They get the touchdown, too.
I know this is going to sound strange, but oftentimes defenses call for this type of a play in this situation. Offense is pinned back near their own goal line. They tell them, be aggressive, go for the football, create a score. That's exactly what they did.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
To throw on third down, Brady throwing the out route incomplete. That's Tate. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's first and 10. Again, it's Brady. Screen play, Johnson. They'll contain him to just 4. Second
Complete
down.
to Kerryon Johnson. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Cut. Mike, 58.
Again, they'll throw with Brady.
Go.
Caught right side. It's Jeffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards
Brady's
shy of
pass.
midfield at the
Complete
48.
to Alshon Jeffrey.
That one a first down pickup of
8-yard
8.
pickup. First down, Saints.
Now Brady again. Wide open receiver complete. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard
Brady's
line.
pass, complete. Fumble on the play.
And with that kind of a deficit,
Recovered
you
by
can't
the
afford to
defense.
make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth
It's
quarter.
an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
New York ready to go again offensively, and they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
That's what I do.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He was brought down by
Nick
Devon
Chubb, the ball
Kennard.
carrier.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a
Second
chance.
and
It was
6.
evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big
Nick
number.
Chubb on the
20
carry.
was the threshold because
Devon
that kept them in
Kennard
the ball
on the
game
tackle.
and kept the pressure off of
A
their
gain
own
of a
offense.
yard. Brings
Run
up
blitz
3rd
there
and
defensively,
5.
something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well.
Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Mike's 5'9". Mike.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Punching it in from a yard away. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on.
Graham Gano
Well,
on
where our
for the
booth
extra
is here,
point.
we can see all of the writers to our left, and their post-game stories, Charles, they have been filed for
His
some
kick
time because this
is
game,
good.
boy, is it lopsided.
Yeah, we can
Makes the
see our
score
guy
just
Scoop. He's even got his
77.
fedora tipped over his
Saints,
face. I think he's taking a
14.
nap now. Nothing left to write for him,
Michael
but
Dixon
how
set to
gratifying
kick
has
off.
it been for them to see what they've done in practice and carry it into a game and see the execution be so
The
good.
Saints
They've
take
got to
over
feel
first and
fantastic
10
about what they've accomplished
at
in
their
this
own
one.
25-yard
Back
line.
out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Mike. Check 55. Mike. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
Brady now on first down.
Eat. I don't think you got it, son.
Underneath, he's got Brate. And from the 25, they work this to the
Brady's
29,
pass.
a gain of 4.
Complete to Cameron
They'll
Brate.
contain him to just 4.
A gain of
Second
4.
down.
It's
One thing
now
I think that's
second
safe to
and
say
6
defensively, the
at the
tackling's been really
29-yard
good.
line.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means they have to run.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
Tom Brady.
He's been around this league for a while, and
A
many
loss of
coaches
3
never
yards.
pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked
Oh,
up
that's
by
the way to run it, boy.
Miles Jack. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown.
Jets.
Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove. And what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that will extend this big lead.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 52.
Now Brady to try again after the pick six. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Watch 52. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it.
To throw again on second down. Brady. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Tate's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. That's now 4 complete. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down.
Brady sacked.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
To carry on
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
The pass. Forced to the ground and incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught at the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie,
The kick
but he's playing
is
like
good.
fourth quarter.
Makes the score
And the QBing is
91.
easy. How about
Saints,
this guy?
14.
Youngster, not worried about anything, just
Michael
cutting it
Dixon
loose and having
set to
fun.
kick
The
off.
kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
That's fielded on the back line of the end
The
zone.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Eric Reed. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score, Jets
Charles, it's one thing to
91.
win. It's